Let's do this. All right.
Hey, welcome to, there's no episode this week. We're officially doing a non-episode of the episode.
This is a special edition.
Yeah, it's a special edition. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry we can't provide you with any content for next week because, well, it's this week now, and I'm on vacation. I'm actually going to be in California when you're listening to this, so we can't tell the future. We don't know what's happening.
Let's try.
I like that challenge.
So DC was sold
Yeah, Disney bought DC.
in a groundbreaking deal that the FTC will probably shut down.
Ooh. Let's see. Trump walks out of the meeting with the video game industry and still doesn't know what's going on.
But he leaves the meeting to go on his 115th golf trip.
Like that.
But then he says he's a big fan of video games and that he loves Tiger Woods. Golf games.
Oh my god. He's a huge fan of Skyrim.
The next Marvel film has made $400 million.
Yes.
But then there won't be a next Come on, man.
Actually, no, we're calling it.
Black
Next
Panther.
week, Black Panther hits the $1 billion mark worldwide.
Worldwide, within a month.
True.
Also, Doug loses his virginity.
Finally.
Whose baby is that?
Immaculate conception.
Yeah, that's right. I just thought that baby into existence.
He did. Doug's got some power.
Have you ever heard of the story of Plagueis the Wise?
So that's our future news, which is current for you listening today, Tuesday, March 13th.
You couldn't even look up the date. It would be March 13th.
Yeah.
That's what I said, March 13th.
Yeah, but you took an hour to get there.
March 13th. Tonight I'm going to see They Might Be Giants at the Truman. Come visit me. Come join me, because it's going to be an awesome show.
What are you going to do with your Monday night that you don't have to record now?
Fuck.
All night long. I'm going to time myself so I make it in perfect sync with the podcast.
I can't wait for my wife to listen to this next Tuesday and go, well, I guess that's what we're doing. Or hope.
Well, I guess let's hope what
I guess that's what we did last night.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, she's like, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Who did you have this with? I don't.
Betty Palm and her 5 sisters.
How's porn on that new rig?
It's awesome. You kidding me? 4K? It's amazing.
Where can you get 4K porn without? I guess you have to download it.
All you have to do is hit the 4K section.
Yeah.
No, but that's like Pornhub Premium, though.
No,
I don't
they
think
give
it
you
is.
free content.
No, there's no free 4K porn out there.
So I'm going on vacation.
Oh, God.
Good segue.
Where I won't be watching any 4K porn.
Nope. Awkward. We're going to California. You guys ever been to Cali?
I've been in their airports.
I have several times.
Yeah. Doug,
in my life.
You don't like to travel, but how was Cali for you?
I love California. It's always been great. I'm glad I don't live there, and it's always nice to kind of spend like a week there and then get the fuck home.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
We're driving out there. We're gonna drive out to LA, and the first night we're gonna hit up Universal Studios.
Nice.
And then after that, we're gonna drive up to the Redwood Forests, and we're gonna stay there in a log cabin. And then we're gonna take there's a train that goes around the treetops. So we're gonna take that.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds dope. I hope your kid enjoys this shit, because that's stuff that like us adults are like, this is cool as shit. But like a 10-year-old's like, this is boring. You gotta be like, yo, we Wookiees now.
Oh, dude, I got him. Like he was not sold on this fucking on this whole Redwood thing. But then I looked at him. I go, hey, Star Wars was filmed there. And he goes, oh, Endor!
Yeah, you can say, okay, I'm a Wookiee living on Kashyyyk, and you're an Ewok living on Endor, because they're both very similar in how they live in trees. But you're much bigger than an Ewok, so you should take Daniel with you, make him feel right at home.
Oh God, no!
Where can I shit?
Oh my God. And then so after that, we're headed straight up to San Francisco, and we're gonna spend 2 days in San Francisco. We got an not an apartment, but I guess it's a hotel room, but everything, it looks fucking amazing. So it's 1 mile away from Fisherman's Wharf, and so we're going to hit up that. We're also going to we have tickets to go tour Alcatraz, and of course we're going to do the touristy thing where we're going to take our picture in front of the Golden State Bridge.
What you should do is you should jump back onto fucking Watch Dogs 2, and you need to look at the phone app, and you got to find all those places to take pictures, and then you have to actually go do that.
Yeah,
because all that shit really exists.
And then, well, listen, people are like, I know people are getting very factual in the chat. They're like, the Redwood Forest is north of San Francisco. Listen, I don't know how we're doing the Redwood Forest, okay? And then we're going down to San Francisco. How's that? We'll go up and then we'll.
Yeah, you would.
And then we are. What else are we doing? After those 2 days, we got to see the Full House, right? Well, you got to do that.
Yeah, and you know what? If you go into that park there, where right across from those houses, you threw a ball around like a football, you could relive part of The Room.
The Room,
because that's where they filmed it. Because apparently Tommy Wiseau was like Full House is super American.
Yeah,
why not?
So they filmed that scene there.
They are, Ban says, come visit me. I live in the Redwood Forest.
Nice.
Well, if you don't have room for me in your tent, I got a family.
Yeah, ditch him for a day and go hang out with Band.
It's true. I should. And then we're traveling over to Las Vegas, and we're going to spend a day there.
That's so far from the Redwoods.
Well, it's on the way back. So we're going to hit up Vegas on the way back and then drive back home.
Nice. You know what? Really smart. Get Colin a hooker at a young age and let him have his first.
I'm taking that boy to the Bunny Ranch, and I'm going to show him how it's done.
Oh, no. The Bunny Ranch is in Vegas, but.
How you can tell Kevin is doing something other than being a part of the show.
We're talking about Vegas, you idiot.
Yeah, but it's in Vegas. Just gonna sip my cup here.
Was that your PlayStation cup?
I'm not a fanboy or anything.
Oh shit!
I gotta go pee again.
God.
Oh, okay. And then, so here's the cool thing. I'm still thinking about it, but Colin said, and Ashley supports this, and I don't know if I.
Sorry, I want to see a naked woman. What are you talking? What are you talking about?
No. Sorry, I guess that was a bad segue from Bunny Ranch to. Yeah. Colin wants to vlog the trip.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
And so he desperately wants to get on YouTube, and he's like, "Dad, can I vlog the trip?" And I was like, I don't know, because I figured I'd be the cameraman for everything. Because here's his camera action. Ready? He's filmed some stuff. Here's him. That's essentially his camera work.
For you listeners, he is doing a Michael J. Fox impression. In Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that actually happens. But
Yeah, it's the I admire you, Colin, for the drive and ambition and dreams to do something. Well, let's see if you have the follow through.
yeah,
Because it's real simple when you're thinking about it. Ain't the same when you're doing it.
yeah, because I feel like it's going to be the same thing when he was like, "Hey, Dad, can I stream with you?" And so I put on the game. We're playing the game, and then 20 minutes later, "Hey, Dad, I'm bored. I'm gonna go play with my Legos." But we're in the middle of a stream. Yeah, bye.
Peace.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So he's just like you on a stream then. You stream for like 20 minutes and then like sign off.
At least I don't blackmail someone into getting $20 out of them.
Man, that's the fucking truth.
Who was that?
Hmm.
You got fucking whatever you guys feel like cupcakes.
No. I'm not talking about that. That's just natural and organic. Yours was in the title. I'm streaming because Jer said he would donate $20 if I did.
And you donated like $10 in bits.
Yeah. Fuck you. That actually cost me $20.
For $10 for what?
Yeah, they raised their prices. And I said I was like, this is what I did because I couldn't hear you on the stream, but I knew you were shit talking me.
Oh yeah, it was funny. I was like, my favorite part was like, I was like, hey, somebody go in Discord. Oh, there. Lost Doug for a second. I was like, I said in the stream, I was like, hey, somebody go in Discord and call Jer a bitch, just for no reason. Don't say why or anything. And then I think Druid went in there and he's like, Jer's a bitch, and then Jer's like, thanks.
And then so I was like, this motherfucker, like, because I was at work and I looked at it and I was like, oh, he really fucking named the stream this, and I was like, all right.
You challenged me and you said
I
bet.
Not. You said you were like
I said
you said that you were gonna eat it, and I said no, you got to do it on a stream, and then you started, and then you were like, oh, okay, and I said prove it. You were, and I said prove it, and then you went live. Then nowhere did I say I would pay you the money. Anyways, besides the point, I said, all right, he wants his $20. He's gonna get it in bits and have to wait 3 months to fucking collect.
Yeah.
And so I bought them.
So in 4 years
probably more than 3 months.
In 4 years when I hit the $100 threshold,
There it is. Thank you.
then I'll be like, hey Jer, remember that time?
And so I gave you I bought them, but the prices went up on it, and $20 only got me 1,050 bits.
That sucks.
Yeah, which is weird because we were talking about the saga recording that night, because I was like, you should have got more than that. And it seems that like if you do it through the Apple whatever for $19.99 or whatever you paid, he got 1,050. He showed me the receipt, but I went on because I was on my laptop. I went to Twitch, and it's on Twitch $19.95 for $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
Why would Apple charge more? Is like Apple charging a fee?
Yeah, because Apple gets a cut of the profits, so they upped the price on Apple.
Bummer.
A lot of money. And you know what else is fucked up about what happened with Twitch is, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but you cannot donate directly to you through the app. It only allows you to use bits. Like, you can't see your description on your profile. Like, I tried so hard looking for the donate button. And that's why I essentially just went with bits, because I was like, I can't fucking find this donate button. And so,
oh, you mean on the app?
Yeah, on the Twitch app. So they're forcing people to use the bits so they get paid off of it.
Yeah, instead of like just going straight to PayPal or whatever.
And Ryan says you can get to the profiles on the app. I'm sure you can, but it was fucking buried.
Yeah, I remember it being difficult.
They definitely try to hide it.
Yeah. I couldn't. It was very, very difficult. I got frustrated and I said, fuck it. I'll just give him some bits.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm even trying to figure out how to do it right now. Like, I'm on the app right now.
Yeah.
So it was a little difficult, but
I can see why they want you. I mean, just like you said, that way it'll raise their chances of getting more money off of it. Like the whole Steam with the Steam cards. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to give you some free cards. Go ahead and trade them. We're going to make money off of them.
Yeah, and they do. People, I don't think are Steam cards that big of a deal anymore. Like, are people still buying those and trading them?
Oh yeah. I mean, anytime I get any extra Steam cards, I immediately sell them, and they do.
And they still sell?
They sell for like 10, 15 cents. Depends on the game, really.
Oh.
Yeah. So I mean, it's still a thing. Like, and you know, PUBG obviously still has like expensive ass. Like, if you get like a particular like shirt or something, it'll sell for like hundreds of dollars.
Well, yeah,
because,
I mean that's an in-game item though. Like I was just
yeah,
talking specifically about the cards.
yeah, people still like craft badges and stuff.
That's amazing because I forgot about them for a long time.
Yeah.
So,
anyways, what were we talking about?
oh yeah, California.
Yeah,
California. So your vacation.
Yeah, and so have you guys been to? I know Kev, you haven't been to California at all, right? But
No, like I said, I've been to the airports just like on layovers, but I've never actually tied into California. I would love to go. There's many places in California I would like to see. So
I would
One
like to
day.
bring up something, and I'd like to ask you guys. I'll tell my story here, and then I'll ask for yours. But if you could think while I'm telling the story, what is the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you while traveling or on vacation with somebody? Here's mine. It was the first time that I've been to California. It's the first time that I was meeting Ashley's parents. It's the first time that that it was my first trip with her, and it was the first year we were together. She invited me out to California. We were going to stay at her parents' house. I mean, at her mom's house. Now, her mom's house is probably 1,000 square feet. It's 2 feet away from the beach, and just it's just one of those houses it was built back in the fucking 60s and real small.
Mm-hmm.
So we get there, and she's like, "Oh, Jeremy, I got to take you to In-N-Out Burger. It's got to be the first place you eat." So we get off the plane, we go to In-N-Out Burger, we get one. We go back to the house, and we're sitting there and we're chatting. I meet her mom and everything, and everybody's having a good time. And my stomach just starts going into knots. I'm feeling fucking terrible. There's a picture of me that she took of me laying on my side on the couch. Just you could see it in my face, like it's coming. And I had the worst case of diarrhea that you could ever want on someone.
Yeah, that's a good first impression you set.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm allergic to this steak.
Nice to meet you. Where's your bathroom?
That's essentially it. Like, this is it. Like, tiny living room, and then a tiny hallway, and the first thing you see is a old ass bathroom door. There's no fan in the bathroom.
Oh no.
Now, there are Ashley's there. Ashley's mother is there. Ashley's aunt is there. Cousins are there. Sister is there. Her brother was there. Brother's girlfriend. So I'm like, I have got to use the bathroom. And I go into the bathroom. You can hear everything in this bathroom. It echoes throughout the whole house. Not only that, but I didn't notice this at the time. I sit on the toilet and I look to the right, and there's the tub, and right above the tub is a window, and the window is open. You can directly see into it. You could see me. I could see the neighbor's house. I'm in there letting loose. It was like a scene out of Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what it reminds me of, is Dumb and Dumber.
And all of a sudden I hear the back door open and shut, and I hear her aunt talking on the phone and walking right to the fucking window. And I was so embarrassed, first of all, from the sounds that were coming out of my butt. Then I hear her aunt talking on the phone. She's having a cigarette, walking right by the fucking window. And I'm doing my best to try to grab the shower curtain and pull it while this is all happening. And I'm just like, motherfucker. So I cover it up. I finish up. I go outside, and everyone is dead fucking silent.
Yeah, because they've heard everything. You've scarred them.
And I just went, I'm really sorry, guys. And then her mom, her sweet mother, was like, well, welcome to the family.
Yeah, that'll fucking do it.
And then she showed you a skydiving video.
And then so yeah, that was probably the most embarrassing thing that's happened to me on vacation somewhere.
Man, I don't know. I can't think of anything. Like, this whole time you were telling this story, I couldn't think of any real crazy embarrassing things I've done, except like, and it's not even really that embarrassing, but that time I went to PAX and I was like in my unboxing character. So I was walking around the floor of PAX Prime in Seattle, Washington in my boxers. Although I did wear 2 pairs of boxers just so I didn't have to worry about my junk flying out.
You
and
wouldn't
it was
have to worry about that anyways. You guys just wore one.
thanks, Gad.
Yeah, Papa.
But
Kev's got a tiny pee-pee.
nothing funnier than
Pee.
being told you have to put your clothes on in the middle of a gaming floor.
And then all of a sudden a girl walks by in essentially a bathing suit.
That's what I would have done.
And you point at him and go, but
Seriously, no, there was a double
would've.
standard.
I
There was a
would've. Absolutely.
definite double standard.
I
Well, it
would've.
was funny because there was a person that was more fit than me, which is not saying much because look at me, but cosplaying as Vincent from the game Catherine, which the character was in his like boxers and he carried a pillow with him.
Ooh.
And this kid was cosplaying as him and he fucking went the whole weekend. Discriminatory.
Shouldn't have taken a pillow with you.
I know.
True.
Lesson learned.
Well,
Next time I go to PAX in my underwear, I'm gonna just fucking plan that out.
Seriously. I don't know if I have any like super embarrassing travel stories. I had a similar like shitstorm experience when I was touring. So we were in what is it called? Oh fuck. It's like it was somewhere in Colorado, like Junction City.
Junction City.
Yeah. And
Junction City, Colorado.
we were stopped there for the night. We didn't have any shows there, but we'd traveled from I don't know if I remember. And so we went to a Chipotle because this is back in 2000. It was about a year ago, almost, or not a year ago. Sorry, 10 years ago exactly. About March something probably at that point. And I wonder if I could look that up. I wonder if it'd be like a year ago. Anyway, so Chipotles weren't as widespread then as they were now. So we're like,
I see what you did there.
yeah. So we're like, oh fuck yeah, Chipotle. Like we've been eating like Wendy's and In-N-Out and like, like
Jack in the Box.
fast food. So we went and like one of my tour mates, like he got sick that night, and he was like, oh, it must have been the Chipotle. Like, oh, I feel like shit. And like me and one of the other guys like, oh, we feel fine. We're good. And so the next day we drove like to Denver, and he was still like not feeling well, so he was like shitting in between sets and stuff. And then we went to like someone's apartment afterwards, and again he spent most of the time in the bathroom. We were like, man, that fucking sucks. I'm like, we're like, man, we feel great. So the next day we leave, and where are we headed? Through like Oklahoma or some shit. Like not long after that, and the other guy got sick right as the other one was starting to feel better, and so he had the same thing happen. And it was like, oh no, like there's shit's going down. Like there's something like going between people. Yeah. So Oklahoma's fine. And then like the next day we're in, Kansas, I guess we were in Kansas. I think Kansas City or maybe I guess Kansas. And I started to feel sick. I was like, oh, sweet Jesus, no. Please God, no. And we're driving, and like I was like, guys, I don't feel good. Like I feel nauseous. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Like I'm not feeling great. We get pulled over because the driver's driving quickly because I'm about to vomit. So I'm trying to get to like a gas station or something. We get pulled over by a cop, and of course, in a huge like van with a fuck ton of equipment and blah blah blah, and they're immediately like, "Do you have weed? Do you have any weed on you?" And we're like, "No." I'm like, "I'm just really sick. I feel like I'm about to vomit." And I guess he could see that I was like green, And he was like, "Oh shit, yeah, you're good. Just drive safer. Like, don't And they're like, "We're just trying to get him somewhere so he could go be sick outside of." And I found out later that there was some greenery in the vehicle, also.
Oh, I'll use that excuse from now on.
Yeah. And so we pull up to one of those like Love gas stations, like those big truck stop Loves that always have a Subway or some shit in it. So we get there, I bolt inside because I'm like, I don't fucking feel good, and like I walk through the doors and get hit with that Subway smell, just that, like, so I'm literally like about to vomit, make it to the bathroom. Thankfully, there's no one in there. I go immediately to the handicapped stall. And just like start vomiting. While I'm vomiting, my body goes, "Hey, I have another way to get this shit out of you."
Oh no!
And so like I immediately like, nope, drop, it immediately starts coming out the other end. And there was like a back and forth between shitting and vomiting for about 5 minutes. And it was the worst. I'm like flushing as often as I can because it's just constant. It was terrible.
Oh.
And we got to someone's house in wherever we were in Missouri, some random place. And like I spent most of the time in the bathroom there. And then like the next day I still didn't feel good. And we went to, I think that point went to Kansas City. Or maybe it was I can't, man, I don't remember where the fuck we were. Maybe in Kansas City, Missouri. I don't remember. Anyways, and
probably Kansas City, Missouri. If you were playing shows, probably Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, because we did a show there, or we met some friends. I guess they lived in Lawrence, so I guess we were in Lawrence, Kansas.
Lawrence, Kansas.
Yeah, and we stayed at another like friend's apartment, and like it was that night like where I started to feel better or whatever. But it was just like 2 days of just, and on the road it's just the worst in a moving vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
But being at the other person's house the night before, like, just, I live in your bathroom now. This is where I live. It was really embarrassing because, again, you're like, we did like the whole like kind of couch surfing thing. Like, we stayed in a couple hotels here and there, but like we stayed at a lot of people's apartments and stuff. A lot of people like
your band was not invited back.
I mean, I think I'm still friends with that person on Facebook though, whose house we crashed at. But it was terrible. I think we may have done a house show there too. I think we did a house show there because I didn't play. Yeah, because I spent half of the show like in the bathroom, and the other half like in our like van, like out there because I didn't want to be inside like around people when I wasn't feeling well. So I was like outside in the vehicle, like laying down, like fuck nowhere, Missouri.
Fuck nowhere.
Well, literally, we're like off road XXYYX or some shit, and it's like, who the fuck named this stuff? Missouri? What is this road?
Yeah, Missouri is fucking weird. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun though. That whole trip was so much fun. We're talking about California. We spent 2 weeks in California. About late February and maybe ending in like March, and then made our way back across the United States in March. But I don't know. We did the Redwoods. That was a lot of fun. We drove our van thing through a redwood. We had like the one that had the hole cut out. Now apparently that tree has since fallen. It fell last year.
Really?
Bummer.
Lightning strike. Took it down. Guys, because I sent the article to the guys I toured with, and was like, "Aw," and they're like, "No." We had to like pull in all the mirrors because it was clearly not made for a big van. Like pull the mirrors all the way in, and then like inch through because we're like, "Oh shit." Oh shit!
Isn't that weird that that one tree, the one tree that was unique, is just like gone?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure a lot of trees in California are gone right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was cool. There's I don't remember what road it's on, but there's definitely someone made Hobbiton in the Redwoods. You can visit or the
Really?
Shire. Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
It's not as cool as like the one in New Zealand, but it's still pretty funny.
I mean, I guess it'll do.
We drove through the Redwoods at night on this road that was way too small to be going through the Redwoods. Like, and it was like one of the main, I want to say a main highway, because it was like we were driving along and then like through the Redwoods. It was great. We stopped at a winery in the middle of the Redwoods. That was cool. We got some alcohol, and then like we're driving like, okay, let's get north of the Redwoods. Let's like get up into Washington or whatever, because we had to not Washington, sorry, Oregon, because we had like something in Portland or something the next day, and it was terrifying. It was fucking terrifying because there's no shoulder on the road because it's fucking redwoods.
Yeah, that's gotta be crazy. I would love to see that.
It was really cool because we spent like a very large portion of the day, because we left from San Francisco and headed up north, and I think we were on the road for 14 hours that day going north. And we spent a lot of time in the redwoods just dicking around because it's the fucking redwoods.
Right. Yeah. I'm really excited to see that. Really.
We were talking. I was talking with some of the guys recently because like February 1st is the one when the whole tour started. So I was talking with some of them like on Twitter and stuff, just talking about the, things that we remembered about the trip. And I mentioned going through the redwoods at night because there's a part where we've been driving for a while, and we finally came to a part that had like a shoulder. We're like going up some hill or whatever, and there's finally a shoulder of the road and a really large, almost like a runoff sort of shoulder, like if you lose control of your vehicle when you're coming down a hill, like pull off there. Mm-hmm. So we pulled off out of the way, and we get out, and we were like having cigarettes and stuff, talking, and there was like kind of like a clearing, like you surrounded by all these giant trees, but you could see straight up. And so we're up, like, you know, in no city lights, no light pollution at all. Like I've never seen so many stars so clearly before. And we literally, it was, you know, like I said, maybe March, early March, maybe late February. So it was easily 20 degrees outside. And we stood out there for like 30, 40 minutes, just like smoking, talking, and like looking up at the stars that were just, it was one of those nights where I don't know what it was. It was just cool. It was just like magical in the way.
Nice.
That's dope.
Yeah, it must have been the 101. Band seems to know what I'm talking about. It was fucking terrifying. Because it was like, we were looking at like, oh, if we need to get here, we can go this way. Or we can go this way, but this way takes us out of the redwoods or whatever. And we were like, fuck that, let's do the redwoods. And then it was like, we're never getting out of here.
We're going to die here.
Yeah. So, I'm eating candy, by the way.
It's an open. Listen, we've already passed the 30-minute mark. We've done our job here.
Well, we gotta do Q&A, but we got some questions.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. All right, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do the.
So
Q&A.
The ones I've got here, the first one was from Zektax. Answered.
Wait, before we get into the Q&As, I have a Q&A for you, Kev.
Go on.
So it's Grand Junction, Colorado. I just read that in the chat. There it is. That's the name of the city I was in.
Oh, Grand Junction. It was Junction City or Grand Junction.
When was the last time you played your Double Dragon cabinet?
Last week. I would like to. I got to find out a way I got to get like a cool thing to hold my camera, because I would like to start streaming it, or at least starting recording my gameplay.
You mean like a tripod? I wish somebody made a device like that.
Well, the Keo doesn't have a tripod like I don't think it has a tripod.
Yeah, but
attachment.
All you have to do is set it on top of you take a base plate off of something else of a tripod.
Oh yeah, I guess I could do that.
Then you just set it on there and you'll be able to use it as a tripod. You're not moving it anymore.
Yeah. But either way, I played it last week. And I cleaned it today. I actually took the duster to the top of it, because I hung up all these posters yesterday. And so I got a good look at the top of the arcade, and the arcade was disty. So, but yeah, I keep it pretty well maintained. And I played it, like I said, last week. Got a good game in. So,
all right.
I keep it. I love it. I mean, it's one of the best purchases I ever made.
When was the last time that you played VR?
VR? Oh, that's been a little bit, because I get lazy. Because the problem with the PSVR is
you have to hook up 15 wires.
Well, that's basically. I mean, the wires, because if you keep it plugged into your PlayStation, you don't get true 4K, or you don't really get the like the best 4K signal, because of the converter box. So I have to unplug the VR from the converter box, or unplug the cable from that, and then put it in the TV when I want to play PlayStation without the VR. So that's been a bit of an inconvenience. But I mean, last time I played it, I was playing Skyrim VR, which was pretty fun.
Should I go back to? No, I'm not going to do that. Okay.
We'll talk about some more poop stories.
No, I was going to ask if I should try to play Skyrim, because I've only gotten an hour into the game.
If you got VR, go for it.
I don't. All right, let's get into the questions from the community.
Yeah.
Cool. These came from Discord. If you have any more, just chat. Zektax asks, anyone catch the college basketball tourneys? I personally didn't, but I know Kansas KU is huge out here, and they always do really well.
The Jayhawks?
Yeah, the Jayhawks. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. So I don't really follow it, because, like I said, growing up in Chicago, I didn't really have any college.
On that tour, we did a show somewhere in Kansas.
Probably Lawrence, if it's Jayhawk territory, because that's the college town.
It must have been. I don't fucking remember anything, man.
Yeah,
it's been 10 years, but I got a shirt at our show, because there was someone was doing merch for. It was 2008. So what was happening in 2008? Presidential election. So I have a shirt somewhere. It's a blue shirt and it says Rock Chalk Barack.
Yeah.
I was like,
Nice.
I like that.
I'm gonna buy that.
Yeah, and I did. And then I didn't eat dinner that night because I was broke as fuck. Just kidding. I ate. I was fine.
Let's see. Oh no, I don't watch. I don't watch
Didn't know
anymore.
that was happening.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's because it's what's it called? Fucking March Madness. I used to be a big sports guy. I used to follow every Sunday. I used to watch football games. I used to watch NBA all the time. I used to go to a lot of baseball games. I used to go to the hockey games. Like I was really big into sports. I love the competition side of it. I just haven't had time. I don't have enough time to invest in following my teams or anything like that. I lived a pretty dual lifestyle because when I was a kid, I loved video games, but I also played a lot of sports growing up.
Same. I did too.
And but it's just kind of I had to make a choice: either work on 8-Bit Geek all the time or watch sports. So I let sports go.
Good choice.
Yeah. Very good. Next question. Kev, your turn. You're up.
Yeah, Kev, this is you, bud.
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask something. You're like, next question. The Pinionator. I don't know if that's right. Who's next to join the Battle Royale mode, and will you think it will be successful? So I'm assuming they mean like who did, PUBG, you got Fortnite. Who's next on there? I think we answered that kind of in the show, or was that pre-show about that one game that's going to have like 1,000-person multiplayer?
No, I think though that I don't know if that will be successful, but I know that I could say two games for sure, 100% will have them and will be successful.
Red Dead.
Red Dead is one of them, and Battlefield 5.
Nice. Okay, cool. Next question, same person. This is an interesting one. Sock, shoe, shoe, or sock, shoe, shoe?
Sock, shoe, shoe.
Sock, shoe, shoe. You're a madman if you do sock.
And it was funny because Jana was in the somebody was in the Discord chat when that was asked, and they're like, "What kind of psycho puts on sock, shoe, shoe?"
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Next.
Next one, same person, because no one else is fucking asking questions, you assholes, in the last second. No. Zoids is coming back with a new toy line, games and anime. Excited or leave it in the past?
Who? What?
Zoids. I didn't really pay attention to Zoids either when I was young, so I really say leave it in the past.
I don't know.
I don't think.
Let me look at these things.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember these.
And now,
for me, that's a ripoff of my childhood. I don't go Zoids. I don't vote Zoids because I vote
Voltron. Anything else?
Voltron and Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, yeah. Oh man. Okay, hold on. I saw this on Netflix the other day, and I about shit my pants because I have vague childhood memories of this, and I remember enjoying it. VR Troopers.
Oh man, we are VR.
We are VR Troopers Supreme. Virtual reality. Like,
God, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was on Netflix.
How did I forget about this show?
What? VR Troopers?
VR Troopers.
Yeah. I remember it so fondly because it came out around almost the same time as like Power Rangers. Like, very.
So I remember that's what I thought. I was like, man, this is kind of a ripoff of Power Rangers.
It's by the same company.
Oh, there you go.
So
and I remember having some of the toys and stuff, and I've never forgotten about it. And then I saw it I saw it the other day when I was talking about earlier. When I was looking through stuff on Netflix, like in the kids section with Ollie, and I was like, holy shit, VR Troopers.
You know what's funny is that they use the same molds from
I believe it,
from Power Rangers.
I can see that.
That's funny. Next.
Last one from Zektex. You answered this kind of earlier, Jer, but is Mark Kenobi going to find love?
He already did.
And?
I mean, it's with ants. Like we have whole storylines with it. The gods have not.
But it's more on his end, isn't it? Ants wasn't really feeling it, or what?
We went on a date. We've made love. I mean,
the characters, by the way, we're just clarity.
Well,
he did come stay here for a while.
Druid a cuck? What are you saying? He was there.
He knows what happened.
He filmed.
Yeah, he was there. Let's see, and we've stayed in contact. We obviously are together. Because she got mad at me when I didn't write once.
Did she?
Yes, she did. That's when I was trying to sweet talk her because she got real mad at me because she's like, "Oh, you're going to be gone all this time and you never even not once." And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm sorry." And then I was trying to do pickup lines on her, and they failed because I had to roll for them.
Yeah, that's what some of the stuff that gets cut from the show is that we make him roll for a lot of the interactions with ants, and we kind of do it on a percentage, like how high or low is the roll, and so some of those rolls get cut out because it's just the interaction's just funnier. It's like on their date when he pulled the chair out for her, and she didn't realize he was pulling the chair out for her, and she busted ass was because he rolled low on that interaction.
I thought maybe you'd keep those. Oh man, I wish the rolls were in.
That one might have been,
but I get timing and all that.
But there's some, and also the audio. I mean, there's just times where it's just like, okay, what'd you roll? 12. Okay, well then, okay. So what happened is you, and it happens, but that's why I always tell you to own your rolls. Kev,
own your rolls and shut your mouth.
Nope. Call back from our conversation from earlier.
Yeah,
he still didn't get it. He's still going to correct me in chat on how to spell rolls.
I'm gonna do that right now. I'm actually typing in Telegram.
Other questions over in the chat. Do y'all remember Biker Mice from Mars? Hell yeah, I do. I used to have
Oh yeah,
that too. And Street Sharks.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, on The Flash, when they introduced King Shark, we joked about how it looked like a street shark. I was like, all he needs is some fucking rollerblades and knee pads. That motherfucker's a street shark.
I remember Street Sharks.
Yeah.
And too.
What else have we got? Any other questions from you
guys?
Kev?
That's all I got.
Right.
Oh, well, I thought we'd have more.
We put this on like an hour before we went live, so
that's fair.
All the UK folks are probably already in bed.
Well, folks, that's it. That's it for the week. I hope that you enjoyed this special edition of the show. I know that I think it's fun to sit around and just shoot the shit with you guys every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
We may have to do this again in April, so shit, why not?
Yeah, because this fool has to go on another fucking trip.
Yeah, I'm going on another vacation in April. I'm going to Disney World.
Going to Disneyland and then Disney World.
No, we're skipping Disneyland this time.
Oh, okay.
We're going to Universal out there.
Someone asked, what's the weirdest thing you've eaten?
Oh.
Man.
Okay, another story from tour, because a lot of fun and crazy shit happened there. In Brooklyn, we stayed with some friends, and they had someone over from, like, I don't actually fucking remember. It's, again, been 10 years. I want to say Norway, Switzerland, Sweden. I don't fucking remember. But he had some like specialty. So if you're from one of these countries that has this as a specialty, maybe you'll know what I'm talking about, or something similar. It was literally like he brought some food back with him. Or not back. I guess he was from there. I guess he brought some food. Anyways, and he wanted everyone to try it. And it was literally like, oh, we catch fish, and then we put it in the ground, or like the ice in the ground. And we put like salt on it, and then we let it sit there for a year, and then they dig it out, and then they package it with like blubber, and then they eat it, and it's like a delicacy. And so we're at this place in Brooklyn, at this people's apartment, and they made us try it. And it tasted like rotted fucking fish. It was goddamn nasty. It was the worst thing. I literally went, like, just was like, nope, like, to the bathroom, spit it out. And I wasn't the only one, thank God. But then some of my friends were like, "Oh, this is good." I'm like, so that's the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. Like, it seems like that Ryan might know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but he's talking about, this is the thing that he's talking about is a Baltic sea herring.
It might have been that.
Oh, really?
Some fish, man. I don't know. Let me look it up.
Some fish.
It stinks so bad.
It did.
So-
It was terrible. They opened it up, and I was like, I don't want to eat that. I'm good. I'll pass. And so my friends were like, oh, they ate it, and they're like, no, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, nope. It was terrible. What about you guys?
I can't think, man. I like weird shit.
Horseradish.
Really? Horseradish is weird to you?
So it's the story behind it. So I was at a friend's house. This is probably when I was 16, 17. And buddy fell asleep on the couch, and we started putting ketchup on his hands and mustard. Then we put mayonnaise on his feet. We put salt and pepper in his hair. Then we tickled his nose and actually got him to smack his face with all that. So he slept like that all night. He woke up, and I fell asleep on the other couch. So I wasn't really thinking of retaliation. I sleep with my mouth open. So he poured horseradish in my mouth, and while I was sleeping, and it was the most disturbing thing to wake up to. The most disgusting thing. I cannot eat it at all. It's bleh. It's so gross to me. Kev?
Man. I would say the weirdest thing I ever eat, and I'm not a fan of it, but my dad really liked it, was creamed herring. Like, it's like pickled creamed herring. It's a type of fish, and it would come in he would buy this by the fucking big old jug.
No,
it was like
no.
Yeah, and it would stink up the fridge.
Yeah.
I
googled the what right. It's like the same thing. But it's just like a fermented. But you're saying pickle, but still like the same idea. Where it's just like, no, stop doing this nasty shit to fish. Fish is already not good. Why are you making it more fishy?
And especially to make it all creamed too was even worse, dude. It was bad. I would say and I worked 5 years in seafood, and that every time, because they would have a whole container of it out at all times, to sell.
No,
nobody ever bought it. Actually, one dude did, and he was nasty as fuck. So, but man, it was bad. That shit, they would buy it and it would just go bad because no one. So yeah, I would say that. The one, okay, and a weird one I thought would taste terrible, but actually was pretty good. Seaweed salad. Seaweed salad is actually pretty good.
Seaweed's good.
Yeah, I never thought before that they were like, oh, have some seaweed salad. I'm like, I gotta fucking eat grass, and then I had it, and it was actually pretty good stuff.
We were talking about that recently, seaweed, just in general, at one of our 8-bit sessions. Maybe last week, not this last week, but the week before. Just talking about how if they've done studies where they show if cows eat, they change some of their diet to seaweed, that it lowers their gas emissions or whatever. They fart less, and the methane and whatnot. And it's healthy for them, and yeah, and they produce less methane from it. They fart less, which is pretty fucking crazy. So there are talks of if we switched over our cows from eating the corn based diet that they currently eat, that we could lower the methane emissions and stuff. Did you know that the dinosaurs most likely killed themselves by farting too much?
What?
No, it's a theory that the climate change and stuff that caused the ice age and stuff was due to all these giant fucking dinos farting for a couple of millions of years and producing so much methane that they fucked up the atmosphere.
Oh, we're fucked then.
Hey, don't you think that would, if that's true,
we're fucked.
Fucking cows we have, that's got to equal a whole bunch of fucking.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know, but I'm just saying, I guess it would happen a lot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes, sure.
And millions of years. I mean, the different.
Yeah. We're at a
periods that lasted millions of
process here too.
Yeah, that sounds.
So,
all right.
Any one last question before we go? We'll give you one last shot.
We gotta go.
One last shot.
I'm not gonna waste my shot. Did you guys hear the Weird Al
Yes, and I love it.
So good.
It doesn't matter how old I am. Listening to Weird Al brings me back to being a little kid dancing.
Absolutely.
In my
I don't know
living
if he's going to be hitting Texas. I mean, he probably will be, but tour coming up that he's going to do.
Will you come down and watch it with us?
I mean, he's coming to KC.
Oh, that's not the question.
Probably not.
We saw him at Celebration last year. He didn't do any shows last year except for his performance at Celebration. At the we went to the 501st Ball.
Nice.
And
well,
he performed there, and it was fucking awesome.
This tour that he's doing is specifically just doing the originals, all the original songs he wrote.
Yeah, none of his parodies. But I wonder if that means he's gonna be doing any of his polka songs, because those are covers, not parodies.
Right. Probably not.
And they're rearrangements of songs, so they're.
He's gonna be doing stuff like "You Don't Love Me Anymore."
No, I hope he does. What's that truck driving
Dare
song?
to Be Stupid.
Yeah, what's that truck driving song from Running with Scissors? I'm driving. Driving a big old truck.
Yeah, I don't know the name
metal. Hope I don't run out of luck. I'm driving a truck with my high heels on. Remember that? It was kind of like his version of the Lumberjack song from Monty Python.
Yeah. I
Where you're like, man, that's a manly thing you're doing.
Oh. Never mind.
Oh. You're also cross-dressing while you're doing this. Okay. Sure. Hey, man, live your truth. What are your favorite bands currently?
I can name. I mean, right now, Bomb Pops, Teenage Bottle Rocket. I really, you know what? I've just been listening to the new Tech 9 that just came out last Friday. I've been really enjoying that. Man, but like, yeah, so far my daily playlist usually consists of Bomb Pops, No Use for a Name, Propaganda.
All right, let's limit it to 3, Kev.
Okay, there you go.
We'll be here all night.
I can keep going. Descendants is always always goes.
I don't know.
I haven't. My problem is I've stopped listening to music, and not out of like, I hate music or anything like that. It's just when I'm driving to work, I'm listening to audiobooks. When I'm at work, I'm listening to podcasts or working on podcasts, and that's pretty much everything I do. And so listening to music has drastically dropped. Like I obviously I play music and stuff before my stream starts, but it's stuff that, Waves and whatnot, their album from like 2015. So I am pretty terrible. Although I will say, we keep talking about doing a musical episode of Saga. So I do listen to like show tunes a lot, like Hamilton stuff. Spring Awakening is also really good. So, I mean, it's not bands, but we're sitting here talking about Weird Al and his Hamilton drop.
Let me see.
Stuff like that. I mean, that's really, if it's not that, it's that mix I made for Alamo City last year. Like, that's still in my car, and I still listen to it because it's just a mix of everything. So,
right now, mine consists of I've been listening to a lot of Logic lately. So I love all those albums. And I'm absolutely obsessed with NF, and then the Gaslight Anthem, and I've been listening to a lot of Weezer lately too.
I love me some Weezer. Still haven't seen them. It's like they're my favorite band of all time, and I've never seen them.
Oh man,
I've actually, I know that you don't like Pacific Daydream, but I've really started to enjoy that album.
I haven't listened to it. All I've heard is their Beach Boys song, and I wasn't really impressed with it because it's like you do a song about how much you love the Beach Boys. That was your fucking White album. Your White album was your like tribute to the Beach Boys.
Yeah, but they still had. I mean, that song that I was looking at it right now. That album still had 14 songs. I'm sure that the label was like, can't fit it all in, boys. You got to choose.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Like. Yeah.
So there's some leftover stuff from that album that was definitely supposed to be on the White album.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, for sure. Like there's a song called "Feels Like Summer" and "Happy Hour." Those would have fit perfectly into the White album.
My problem is that their Beach Boy like love song doesn't sound like a Beach Boys love song, unlike again their entire White album, which is just it's Pet Sounds Volume 2.
Damn.
So That's me.
Oh man.
All right, let's go.
Jared wants to go because he's tired. He's a tired boy.
I'm a tired boy, and I still got to edit both shows, and I'm gonna publish both shows, schedule one and publish the other. Still got to do the Patreon stuff. So yeah, I got a little work ahead of me still.
All right.
And I'm trying to get to bed at a normal hour because we're driving to California. So I'm trying to, like, this whole week, I'm trying to go to bed at like 9 p.m. so I can get enough sleep every night, so that way we're driving straight through. So
That's not how that works. You can't.
Yeah.
You don't store sleep.
No, I'm not storing. The point is that I'm getting a full night's sleep, so that way when I wake up on Friday, I'm not tired to drive. Like I'm not driving on 5 hours of sleep. I'm getting a full rested sleep.
I told you that.
So,
I told you that Caleb and I drove all the way back from San Francisco in one go.
Yeah,
San Francisco, 27 hours.
Damn.
See, we're on the way back. We're making one stop.
Yeah, Vegas.
Oh no, Colin, no.
The Bunny Ranch.
That's in Vegas, by the way.
I can't wait. You take him to the strip. Get him some strippers. Make that boy a man.
Last time,
7 days.
It's so funny because the last time we took him to Vegas, the guys with the paper with the
the slapping the cards.
Yeah. They were like trying to give them to him. I'm like, are you kidding? I was like, really?
A lot of those dudes don't even speak English. I remember they just fucking stay there silent, just fucking slapping the cards. Like I remember collecting a bunch and trying to give them back to them. Like my boss was like when I was like doing a GameStop convention.
I've never been. I've never been in the state. On that whole trip across the United States, we went completely around Nevada. Did not go into it once, which is insane because we touched every other state that like surrounds it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big gambler, but Vegas is a lot of fun. There's a lot of things to do other than gambling.
Oh yeah, there is. I mean, it's a beautiful place. It's cool to watch everything, but yeah, I mean, it's everywhere you go. You can't throw a rock without hitting a slot or a slut, really.
And that's where we'll end it.
Yep.
Nope.
Remix.
All right, everybody. We will see you guys next time. Bye,
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And stop streaming.